This is a question I have heard pondered more than once. Was the Arkenstone a Silmaril? Well, if you're looking for the short answer, then it is unfortunately no. Let's not stop there. Let's dig a little deeper into each of these items and show exactly why their connection is so unlikely. The Arkenstone was discovered during the reign of Thrain I, shortly after the founding of the kingdom under the mountain. It was noted to have been cut and shaped by dwarven artisans into the fine jewel that would be an heirloom to the kings of Doran's folk. I would also like to take this opportunity to point out a couple inaccuracies from the Peter Jackson adaptations of The Hobbit. Firstly, the films give credit to the discovery of the Arkenstone to Thror instead of Thrain I, and they use the Arkenstone as the reason for the immense greed felt, the dragon sickness as they call it. In actuality, in the books, it is quite plainly stated that this greed is caused primarily by the possession of any of the 7 rings of power given to the dwarves by Sauron. Now, we move on to the Silmarils. Obviously, the Silmarils have a great history and are the crux of many fantastic events of the First Age. I will not go too in depth as there are various parts of the War of the Jewels that are deserving of their own videos, so a brief summary will do for now. The Silmarils were created by Feanor of the Noldor during the Years of the Trees in Valinor. After the destruction of the 2 trees by Melkor and Ungoliant, the Silmarils were all that were left of Lorelin and Telperian's splendor within the walls of Arda, as some of their light resided within the gems themselves. The Silmarils would go on to change hands a handful of times, but their ultimate fates is what we are concerned with now. One of the gems is, of course, the Star of Erendil, visible in the skies at night. The fate of the other 2 is where this theory gets its legs from. Now, 2 of Feanor's sons, Maedhros and Maeghlor, would each respectively rid themselves of their Silmaril. Maedhros cast himself and the jewel into a fiery pit, while Maeghlor cast his into the sea. Now, as I'm sure you can gather, some insist that it is the gem of Maedhros that would be uncovered by the dwarves much later and redubbed the Arkenstone. There are, of course, several issues with this theory. The most obvious, of course, is the geographical disparity. The Arkenstone was discovered deep in the mountain, while Maedhros' story directly mentions a fiery chasm. Unless Erebor was volcanic in its past, there is no reason to suspect that where the Silmaril re-entered the earth was even remotely close to the future kingdom under the mountain. And finally, there is the issue of the intrinsic nature of the Silmarils. And what I mean by this is, these were objects that were hallowed by Varda, that would not suffer any evil touch or the touch of mortals. We see many mortals handle the Arkenstone, and we see many with not good intentions handle it as well, with seemingly no repercussions. Taking the sum of all we know, it is quite easy to say that the Arkenstone was almost certainly not a Silmaril. That is going to do it for us today. Please don't forget to like and comment on the video with what topic you would like to see me cover next. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. See you next time.